If there's one thing that I've found has really helped me in my creative business over the past few years, it has been writing things down. If you are a visual person like me and can't stand to have things tucked away because you're going to forget about them, or you're scared that you're not going to see them and remember them, I think that this is going to be a video for you to watch, because this is something that I've really come to realize over the last few years, is that tucking things away in like digital planners or digital calendars on my phone don't always have the same effect as me writing things down on a piece of paper. And in this video, we're going to go into a few reasons why I think that is. So for those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Kaylee June and I'm a beauty and fashion photographer based in Sydney, Australia. However, in the last couple of years, I recently started this channel to talk about all things creative content and freelance wise, because I feel like there's a bit of a gap, I think, online about a lot of this stuff being talked about. And I really love talking about this kind of content in my free time and these kinds of topics. So in this video today, we're going to talk about why you should really consider writing things down. So one thing that I've already touched on in this video that I think is a really big aspect of writing things down instead of maybe typing them out or putting it on your computer somewhere or a mental note. One thing is really to help memorize what you're writing down. So if you're someone who struggles with remembering events, remembering to do tasks, or what you have to do day to day, this is one thing that's going to really help you out, because I'm definitely one of those people that cannot just make a mental note of something and then suddenly remember it later on. That's just not me. And I really can't even do this when it comes to typing out in an online or digital planner either, or calendar. Anything that's tucked away is going to be really hard for me to remember. And I think there's just something about the act of writing something down that is going to help you memorize things a bit better. It can also feel like you're physically accomplishing a task when you do this. Now, this is probably due to a little bit more of a placebo effect, I think, that more than anything else, but I've always found that writing things down on a piece of paper will really help me to feel like I'm working in my business, I'm being present, I'm really concentrating on specific things, and I'm making those notes in a really good way that's going to help me memorize and to think about them in a better way later on down the track. I can also really easily expand on these ideas. I can create drawings, I can create little diagrams, I can do lots of little things that can be a little bit harder to do online, can be a little bit harder to do, for example, on a digital planner or a Word document or something like that. It's going to take more time, and quite often I just don't want to do that. But when I'm writing down something on a piece of paper or in a planner, I feel like I'm actually accomplishing something. I'm feeling like there's a little bit more room for creativity when I'm expanding on an idea or something of the sort. Another reason I think that you should write things down is that it's usually easier to refer to. So for example, I said that it's a very visual way of writing things down, and not so much if you're referring to a digital planner or a digital calendar, but it's usually a lot easier to refer to something that you've written down, especially if it's on your desk. So for example, I've talked about planners before on this channel and the fact that I have many of them, but when I'm looking at my planners, when I'm really wanting to refer to things, it's as easy as just picking this up off my desk and looking at it. So I think that it's really easy to have that option there. Like I said, it's a very visual aspect, and it's something that will probably be a lot easier to refer to if you need to quickly do so. And it can also spark a little bit more creativity. Like I mentioned before, if you're able to do a little bit of an expansion on an idea, for example, or something that you might be working on for a client or whatever it is, it's going to give you a little bit more freedom to kind of draw around the page and really be a little bit more creative with that task, rather than just setting up something on Photoshop and doing it that way. It's not always the most creative, inspiring thing to do. And I think it's definitely something that you can really consider, I guess, as someone who's already a creative. It's just another way to add that little bit of creativity back into your day. And I'm going to talk about the last point here, which I feel like is kind of an obvious one, but maybe some people don't realize it as much, but it's really going to give your eyes a rest from being on a screen 24/7, especially if you are someone like me who works from home. They really require their screen time for a lot of different reasons. It's definitely something that's going to help you out, I think, in the long term, and really having that little bit of a breather instead of always being on your screen, always being on your phone. Yeah, start using planners, start writing things down, and you'll usually get that time to either have a cup of tea and really spend that time in the morning, either planning out your day, and really just get away from that screen time a little bit more. I think that's a really great way to go. All right, guys, well, I hope this video was kind of helpful for you in the sense of writing things down and why you should maybe consider doing so if you're feeling like using a digital planner, or for example, example, using a computer or phone or technical device isn't just quite working for you in terms of planning out your days or in terms of remembering things or expanding on ideas, tasks that you need to do, and maybe why you should consider writing things down a little bit more. So guys, let me know your thoughts down below on what you think about this video, and let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to see on my channel or any topics that you really want to talk about or you want me to talk about. Give this video a like if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe to my channel, as I'll be posting a lot more freelance and creative content on here in future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.